Hi, Vicky. Now let's have a look at the next essays that you have sent in. First is the letter. Let me start my track changes. Okay. Right. So, dear sir, madam, I'm contacting you regarding the disappointment I experienced in your restaurant last Saturday night, July 7th. Please allow me to explain the details. Beautiful introductory sentence. Beautiful. It was the first visit to your restaurant. I would say it was our first visit because you say that because later on you say that there were two of you. Before my boyfriend and I dined in, we were informed by one of your staff members, by one of your staff members, and you don't need the that you have various gluten-free options. Great. When I was placing my order, I had double confirmed that the dish was, sequence of tenses, gluten-free, and stressed the fact that I'm gluten intolerant. However, I experienced a severe stomachache after dinner, which demonstrates that my food contained gluten. Great, absolutely great. Great style, great content, great level of formality. So just perfect. I'm disappointed by the fact that your restaurant did not take the customer's health as a priority. Did not. I would say does not, because what you refer to is probably a general fact, right? As you should understand, I don't think that you need the as, because this makes the sentence a fragment. If you want to make it part of a bigger sentence, then you could connect it to the previous one. So you can do this. You can put a comma here and write a. So it's going to be, no, I'm going to do it clearer. You can do it like this and write as and remove this as you should understand that serious food allergies can take one's life away. Well, you don't need the away if you want to preserve the formality. I therefore suggest that I be given great grammar, absolutely, a full refund and a sincere apology from you. I look forward to hearing from you at your earliest convenience. Yours faithfully, Vicky Evans. This is a perfect letter. Apart from the minor grammar inconsistencies, this is a very, very good letter. I think you're making a lot of progress, Vicky. At least in the quality of your letters, but you are a very good letter writer. Now, let's have a look at the essay. Okay. All right. Let me adjust this. Many country shops have extended business hours. Okay, that's a positive and negative development. Experts throughout both the developed and the developing countries have been debating whether extended retail hours on the weekdays is positive to societies. Okay, if you say something is positive, then your subject has to be singular. Your hours is plural, right? So I've got my change tracking. Okay, so if you want to use that verb as singular, so perhaps you should use extending. So with the extending this and that is positive. I wouldn't say to societies, I would just leave it to society. I strongly believe that the advantages of such a change outnumber the disadvantages. Okay. Because you want to be balanced and you want to use parallel construction to achieve a good style. On the one hand, there is ample evidence that prolonged open hours during the week presents more flexibility and convenience to customers. I wouldn't say presents, you can say present an opportunity, but offers is a slightly better word in terms of collocation here. This is because it allows people to shop after work any day during the week and avoid the visit to the overcrowded shopping centers on the weekends. Consequently, they can enjoy other leisure activities such as movies and hiking with their loved ones. I would say such as movies or hiking, right, to stress the choice. Great. Furthermore, lengthened business time can effectively enlarge their incomes in the retail sector. Whose income? The last people you mentioned were the loved ones. You can say, do you have the word shop owners? No, 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 no. So let's do it like this. I don't want to search for you, so why not do it like this? If you have there here, could you please add more clarity and instead of there, say the precise beneficiary of the income, okay? Let's get back here. Okay, it is because the increased shopping frequency enables customers to acknowledge the latest products and service in the market to maintain the attraction and excitement of purchasing new items. It enables customers to acknowledge the latest products to maintain the attraction. I don't understand this part. What do you mean by to maintain the attraction of and excitement of purchasing new items? It sounds curiously overly formal and sophisticated, and instead of saying something slightly clearer and maybe simpler, you're trying to say something in a more convoluted way. I am not sure that I understand the meaning of the entire sentence, so perhaps you need to add clarity to that. That again influences task achievement and coherence, but I would say task achievement more. For instance, the study by the University of Sydney shows that shopping malls which extend their business time till 8 p.m. on weekdays experience a nearly twofold sales growth in 1 month. Okay, it is conclusively clear that prolonging retail hours can be beneficial to both individuals and the retail sector. Great, absolutely great. But the only thing that mars the beauty of this paragraph is this sentence, which is a bit confusing. On the other hand, even though there is a case for consumers to be more flexible in scheduling their shopping activities and shops to stimulate. Okay, look at this. Scheduling what? Their shopping activities and scheduling what? Shops. You don't mean to schedule shops, right? So you probably mean there's a case for consumers, blah, 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 and for shops to stimulate their sales. I would say as well as for shops to stimulate their sales, the impact of extended business hours cannot be overstated. Yes, this is because it might encourage consumerism. In other words, customers who spend significant time in browsing, spend time on something, on browsing stores, might end up purchasing more unnecessary items. Okay, I would say that this is a bit informal, so perhaps you could come up with a more formal equivalent. The Australian Department of Finance notes that consumers, you don't need this comma, who visit retail outlets or establishments or shops regularly during the weeks spend 3 times as much money as their counterparts on unnecessaries. Okay, and again, without wanting that, you said that there are some counterparts on unnecessaries. In order to avoid doing that, perhaps you should try and move the object closer to the verb. Thus, it is possible to state beyond doubt that additional business hours in the retail industry can be adverse to consumers. I wouldn't say it can be adverse, can lead to adverse consequences. Consequences, effects, any word that refers to what comes after. Based on the aforementioned arguments and examples, I firmly believe, that's my mistake, that both consumers and the retail sector and the retail sector, this is uncountable in this case, can benefit from prolonged retail business hours on weekdays because argument 1 and argument 2 summary. Okay, this is really important because that's the function of the that is the function of the conclusion. Okay, anyway, great. I think I can see a lot of improvement in the quality of your writing. But anyway, keep up your hard work and make sure that you never omit anything, even that as small as plurals, verbs, I don't know, any verbal forms, the appropriate use of collocation like retail industry, retail sector. You can say retail sectors if you refer to the retail sectors of different countries, but this is not the case, right? So the retail sector means all the shops together, let's say, in one country. Anyway, Vicky, great job. And I think, yes, we still have a couple of essays to come in, right? So all the best of luck and looking forward to more of your great, great writing.